Yeah, I think I prefer YouTube more. All of these platforms are trying to grab your attention, and YouTube has been the GOAT for all of this time. It has preceded TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all these other platforms you can go live on has preceded it. I don't know, can you go live on Snapchat? I don't think I've seen that feature, but I'm just saying it has the most user-friendly feature. We we going live, so like we're gonna have a little chit chat this morning. I'll show you the commission I'm working on. Maybe we'll plant, stitch down, plot down. I think that's the word I was gonna say. Some more roses, but we're getting through this commission. Today is fall. I should have titled the live Happy Fall. We're now a minute in. I said a lot of shit. I'm just talking, y'all. But welcome. Good morning. It's already fall, so we just gonna have a little chit chat. I need to clean this out really quick. So my back is turned, but I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just, you know, taking care of some business. It's just been kind of a crazy. It's been kind of a crazy month. Today is fall. It's the middle of the month, bro. But it's like I just been coasting. I don't know how to say it. Like, bro, I've done so much. What's this piece of this dust floating around? Now I'm in the golden hour of the sun. The sun was good. Thank you for the light. The sun is shining. This is when we need to start the live. What's good? Purple. That can you? We need to put, like, you know how Facebook be having how to pronounce people's names, and I don't want to butcher people's names. Detinamo? Did I say it right? I don't know. But what's good? Welcome to the live. If you're new here, stick around. We just vibing. We chilling for a moment. I'm just saying happy fall. I need to teach a senior chair yoga class. I was scheduling an appointment. I'm going to be going across town this Wednesday to meet. What's good, everybody? New client meeting. So that's always exciting. I'm appreciative of however people say they have contacted me. I'm appreciative when somebody's like, I know so-and-so, and they referred me to you. That's what I really appreciate. What's new, what's good. I'm going to show y'all the commission I'm working on. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. We want to be respectful. I'm a mom and I don't play that game, because like we'll get like bots and people in the chat that want to be funny. It's not funny, because if you want to say an insult, then I get to say an insult. And I just need to make that clear, because I'm not the type of person to avoid that. I was saying in the last live, and then I'm going to go back to what I was speaking of. It's like when you want to be disrespectful in somebody's life and you don't know the person, it's like the kid in the back of the class that's like disruptive, and then like the whole class has to wait for you to be addressed and get put in your place before we can continue on. So if you want to stick around and chill here, this is the place. I'm just trying to be chill. What's good? I'm just trying to, be chill on here. I don't like when people want to bully. Especially, we have some funny lore on this channel. If you stick around, there's like some funny sayings you may be saying. I'm from the Midwest, but I don't talk like, I may talk like I'm from the Midwest. What's good, everybody? It is 8:15 here in the morning time with the Breakfast Club looking ass. But man, it's September. I was just telling y'all, the days just be going by so fast. It's 8:15 there too. What's good? I did yoga and wine this week, or last week. We had a yoga and wine workshop. There's one more coming up in November if you'd like to chill. You don't have to drink. I don't drink like that. But there's a tasting, there's bottles, and they're not local. But everything else in the flower shop is really cool. It's a really cool little space. My friend owns this flower shop. So if you've never done yoga in a flower shop and you're local, come join us. I have two businesses if you're new here. Ashlee's CrazyYoga. I opened the youngest Black-owned yoga studio in Wisconsin. So if you want to stick around for that journey, I teach classes all throughout southeastern Wisconsin. You can stop in for that. What else? And then my other business is Confidential Good. So if you appreciate my art, you like my art, you can stick around and watch the art be made. If you get a commission, you can see your commission be made. What's up with the movies? You ugly for that. I love that though. My favorite animal is cows. So when we go into my room, this is my husband's room, but when we go into, I do live in Wisconsin. My shop, if you want to shop in person, is in Mequon, Wisconsin. I love cows. My favorite animal is cows and dogs. What are you talking about, lesbian yoga? See, like this is what I was saying earlier. Alabama. I'm just being funny. Beer Clit, whatever your name is, you are on thin ice. What's good, everybody? We want to be respectful for the chat, so I just want to remind that I know we get a lot of new faces and a lot of new people up in here. Was good. This is family. Like, y'all family on here. Like, if you want to be disrespectful, then you're disrespecting the other 23 people in this chat. Some gangster dreads. If you're new on this channel, this is my third time growing out my freeform locks. Over 5 years ago, I had my freeform locks. Those were the longest. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is how it just naturally grows. My son's hair is also growing. The coolest thing about my son's hair, I don't talk about him that much. Me and my husband have black hair, and he has like really pretty brown hair. You live in the second smallest country. So this is my third time growing out freeform locks. Freeform locks it's like, you know, when they say when people customize their avatar, I work for myself respectfully. And so I know that there was I swear there was a Wiz Khalifa quote. Thank you. Welcome from Germany. It was like a Wiz Khalifa quote. And I made it a Facebook post. This is like, bro, the shit I be on. And I don't be like, oh, I'm just light years ahead. No, like I really be on this shit. It was like, either Wiz Khalifa or Jay-Z was like, dress how you would if you didn't care. Dress like how you would as your own boss. Like your hair is your crown. What's good? So it is what it is. So yoga, arts and crafts, chill vibes. Welcome. If you want to learn how to open a business, if you want to learn how to manage stuff, I kind of talking about that too. Sometimes we got into yoga philosophy. One of these times somebody was talking about epilepsy, and I addressed this is how you can kind of recognize what's happening internally, and how it shows up in your body. Very important book, and we could go off on so many tangents. That's why I say you need to stick around, because there's so much lore in this channel. It's educational, but it's also funny. Your body speaks your mind. I've had this book for almost a decade. I've been teaching for 9 years. It's almost been a decade. Next year, I will be teaching for a freaking decade. Okay? I tried to get in this game early. I was looking at my master teacher, already 10 years. She already lapsed me. Because she'd probably been teaching for like 20 years now. That's crazy. Because I'm just coming up on my 9-10 years. You know what I mean? I've always wanted to be like, I've been teaching yoga for a decade. It's going to happen next year. I've been teaching yoga since I was 19. And people be like, well, you look like you 19, 23. I'm almost 30. That's crazy, isn't it? Have a good day. What's good? Hey. Hi. But if you want to learn more about your body, I stress this with my Reiki students, my Reiki clients. I do energy work, right? What you think is what you start to speak. And what you start to speak is the reality around you. You think negatively, you speak negatively, and then that's your world around you. It becomes negatively. Thank you for the likes. So it's very important. That book, Your Body Speaks Your Mind. And it's a great read through book, very educational. You can find it on Amazon. If you're interested, you can't raise your hand, but like you can send a comment and I'll show you the book. I have it in my other room. But it's a great book to look in the back for references. Sore throat, why do I get headaches, diabetes, it really will go into all of that, and it'll say this is the element of how it's showing up. You're avoiding this part of your body and you're trying to mask that, and so now your body's getting upset with you. You know what I mean? If you keep avoiding the sickness, then your body's going to make you sit down. You see what I mean? I hope that makes sense. What's good, everybody? My skin is glowing. I said it was the golden hour. I appreciate that. I'm literally directly right in the sun, like right in the sunrise. But that's that melanin though. I'm being ugly. um, so yeah, any questions? I'll be talking a lot. I'm talking a lot. Make sure you like the live. I know we got to get used to new faces, new people on here, but this is a good channel. Check out the fit. I'm teaching senior yoga, so it's going to be like 70, but you want to still be a little, I don't be wearing crop tops. I do have those outfits, but it's like usually for, it's a time and place, right? It's a time and a place. I'm going to be teaching chair yoga, so I got like this nice, like just black shirt. I think it's sweat wicking type of material. And then I got these leggings. I've had these for years. Take care of your stuff. Your stuff will last for a very long time. Thank you. Yeah. The one thing that sucks about YouTube Live, you can't play music. I'll be playing music right now. Was good. Good night. Oh, I almost fell in the chair. Scoot back too far. Alright. I'm not sure. I need to make sure my speaker, or I brought my speaker, but I need to make sure my microphone is charged. Sure. I don't know how cold it's going to be, but I'm going to hang up my jacket. It was cold this morning. Red Bull gives you rings. We have like a lot of Red Bull stuff. Did you know Red Bull, they either throw away their stuff or like employees. It's usually an employee. It's hard for you to get like a fridge or something like that. You go into a gas station, and then you see like a Red Bull refrigerator filled with Red Bulls. Once they pull it, they just throw it away. Crazy. But we have like a lot of stuff. I don't know, very random stuff. That one over there. There's another board I think he had. But the coolest thing, I ain't gonna show you. It's on the floor. It was a light up case of like Red Bulls, but it's like you can hang it on your wall. I am not a college student. That's what I'd be saying. I'm old. It's crazy to say that. I'm old. So I'm gonna show y'all. This is my craft room. I got my water and my coffee in my hand. What's good? My light unfortunately died. After I got this in 23. This shows you how obsolete they try to make things. I hope we are all aware. Yoga can make a difference. I hope we are all aware of product obsolescence or whatever it's called. It's the term where they purposely design things where you cannot fix them yourself. You have to either throw it away or get something new. So I got that light in 2023. It's a bright light. It's a magnifying light. So doing embroidery, I need that. I need to be able to see small stitches, etc. But like, why would you make such a cool light? And it had like, you could do night light where it's like a soft, warm light, or a blue light, or like a regular overhead bright light, like a ring light. There's a couple different light settings. Why would you make all of that, but then like the most flimsiest cord? You know what I mean? Now I'm opening the windows. When I first wake up, it be dark. Be dark out. So yeah, this is my workstation. If you are new here, it's gonna get into like the 70s today. I'm working on a corset. What's good, everybody? I'm going to be, or I am, making a corset design for my friends. So you can, if you didn't know, you can drop off things you would like me to customize. Clothing, jeans. I'm doing a corset right now. Yeah, I'll show you in a second. But So they came to drop off this corset. I'm going to be putting flowers like all over it. This is the color palette. And I went back to Michael's and I actually got like a match, solid match for all of my yarn and floss. Super good match. This is a really good match. This match is really good. Um, that green matched good. And then I went back and I said this blue matches better. You see this blue? This was the blue I was going to use. I'm like, I brought two of those. I'm like, it's too dark. So I got slightly lighter. If you didn't know how to pick out floss, you have to go by the number because you'll get F'd. Like you can't just guess and be like, I think I remember it was this shade. No. And this is a terrible example. Oh, here they give it to you. This is a Hobby Lobby yarn. You already know my beef. But you look for sun gold and potentially the lot may change. I seldomly work with this yarn, but unfortunately I'm going to have to work with this yarn because Joann's closed. You already know I went real hard for Joann's. I was in that mug probably every week at one point. But I will say this, I don't impulsively buy. A lot of my stuff I brought a lot of my yarn, maybe 24. And only if I need like duplicates, but I you know what I mean? I went to Hobby Lobby and the last time I really for real brought a bunch of yarn was when I made my Newsport rug. So I made a rug and it looks like the cigarette pack, you know, but I changed the word to Newsport. So that one's available on my website. If you want to shop with me, my website is confidentialgoods.com. I just be trying to make like quirky stuff, like one-of-one stuff that you'll never like find anywhere. So we're designing this corset. I will show you. This is what we're going to be doing. So I do a little doodle and it's so funny. I really appreciate my clients. Because I'll give him a doodle like this. Like the one when I did my jean jacket was even funnier because it was like I drew it in Snapchat and I'm like, so this is probably going to be the concept, and then I'll hand embroider everything. And then like it's really cool. So if you didn't see, I did like it's now in Illinois. So I was able to ship like this jean jacket that I hand embroidered and I shipped it to Illinois. I did like the words confidential and final, and then I did like 4 or 5 like lavenders, and they asked for bumblebees and I put bumblebees on it and stuff. Yeah, but I'll show you because like the nighttime live may be different from the morning time audience. So welcome to Procreate. What the hell? We're updating the brushes. I've never seen this before. My son cracked the screen. RIP. But what? When did this update? I was trying to show y'all. Okay, we'll just wait for that to update. It's gonna be playing games anyway. I kind of know the concept of where I'm going. Technique I've never seen done before, so we're going to be, we need to get started before 9. All right, we're on good time. Please select a location for your brushes. I don't be trying to save nothing in my iCloud. I'll show you. Okay, so this will be kind of fun. So if you enjoy my art style, then you'll enjoy like the finished stuff. So a lot of the stuff is concepts, and I'll literally sometimes I'll draw it in Snapchat and I'll send it to my client, or I'll draw it in Procreate. So this is kind of funny. This is the concept for the shirt we're gonna do. I took a picture of it and I just drew over it. See, boom. Boom, kind of. And then I didn't, she told me she wanted to do a corset. I've never worked with this material, okay? This is really loose. So I need to make sure I'm catching like the satin stuff on the back. Oh, what's good, Carrie? I gotta turn my, turn my do not disturb on. So stitching through this like material, y'all, already a challenge. Every commission I do is like, it just strengthens my skills. I'm appreciative of the challenge, you know? It's something I've never done before. I've stitched yarn on clothes. I'll show you the yarn jacket that I finished. I ain't seen nobody doing this. This is a 1-of-1, okay? I'm being ugly. But I use the floss, stitch it down. This is a continuous piece of yarn. No games. All heat 2025. I've been saying that. So we're gonna do this blue yarn. It's going to be there, you know, ta-da. All of these dots are going to be wagon wheels. So I was going to try to do a wagon wheel stitch. And so, like I said, I needed to catch the back. You can't see. I needed to catch the satin part so it stays in place. So I had to lower the wagon wheels to make sure they wouldn't be flipped upside down. You know what I mean? Like you trying to, I can't demonstrate it, but like, let's say I made it slightly higher. The neckline, it'd probably be turned up. It wouldn't be laying flat unless I put an iron to it. But like, I don't want to have to tell them, make sure you iron it if you want it to lay flat, you know? So I try to pre-plan for that. They're also going to be taking they asked me to take it in a little bit. Probably this much, they said, on both sides. So, you know, I'm debating too if I should put something on the back. I said I would do front and back, but I'm like, this is going to be where all the gathering is going to happen. So that's going to be like, you know, level hard. Or what do they say? Level insane. I'll show you the levels. This, or not levels, but layers I was going to initially do. So this was like round one, kind of, you know, playing around, found my colors. Round two was this design. Then I was like, what else could I do? So now we are, oops, we're going to stick with this one. So this is all going to be yarn. We're going to, I have the blue. I think this should be enough to make a rose. You need a really long piece. And I don't want them to be different colors, mother. What? Yes, there's a wig on the floor. There's, like I said, there's lore. So if you ain't heard of Coretta and Sean Strong, that's like a persona. This is what I mean. Like, I need this light on over here. If you're not following my TikTok, that's where I'd be posting like little clips of your commissions or the art I'm working on. I have another thought I need to tell y'all. So if you want to see like, so how far did she get? Go check out my TikTok. I'm almost at 1,000. Like off of art, me really be trying this shit. Off of doing my art, I'm almost at 1,000 followers on my TikTok. Almost 1,000 people care about my art. You know what I mean? And I'm not doing like, I love it when I see people actually doing stuff that's fun. They're not trying to grift. They're not trying to like public shame or do weird stuff like that. You know what's funny? There's a trampoline outside. The downstairs neighbor has a trampoline in the backyard and we can use it too. It's a huge trampoline. I did do a flip. It's on my, if you scroll on my Instagram, it was like fall. I think I did a front flip and all of the leaves like kind of popped up. It was fall and we have a bunch of trees in the backyard. All of the leaves like kind of fell in like the trampoline. When I did like the flip, they flew up in the air. Who is that? I don't know who that is. So we're gonna get to embroidering. I wish, wait a minute. We can use our noggins. So if you forget, I actually made a cheat sheet. 2 strands. So like when you have floss, right? It has 6 strands. This is 6 strands and you can either use it thick as is or you can split your strands, okay? It's not going to show you because I don't got my hand behind it. It's not going to do anything. Too small. So when I I had to make a cheat sheet. So when I stitch over the yarn and when I was doing the flower stitches to hold the yarn down, anchor it down, I use 2 strands. If I'm making roses, I make sure I split it and I have 4 strands because I want to think about the thickness of what shows. That's really hard to think in advance before you work on a project, right? And then the last stitch I do is 3 strands for French knots. I did French knots, the little knots in the middle of the flower, that mustard color. You will notice I love to work with mustard, but I'm trying to show you. That's a French knot. All of those yellow things are French knots. So those were 3 strands. And you have to double it. Yo, I gotta double it. Or whatever they be saying. Thank you for the likes, y'all. I just be trying to share what I have learned. I am self-taught in the stuff that I do. You got to think about it. If you gonna do the whole 6 strands, 6, 7, I'm sorry. I have to be chronically online to market the things that I make. Or my businesses. Who else is gonna market it? And I don't be trying to be like annoying when I do it. I just try to have it be informal. 6 strands, right? You can already kind of see it. You can see the split right there, right? That's 12 strands. You cut this, you know what I mean? And then you tie it up. That's 6 strands trying to poke through. Think about your fabric. Do I have really big holes that 12 strands would fit through? Or do I need to maybe split my yarn because that ain't gonna work, you know? So think about that. And the best example I can give, I want to embroider sweatshirts. I did too. I'll show you the sweatshirts I embroidered. I did my husband's and I did not split the string. I didn't know you had to, okay? And I had a chunky, thick, lopsided kind of sweater going on. I said I was gonna show y'all. So this is what it looks like. I've never seen anybody do the technique that I'm doing. And so that's also goes with my name of my brand, Confidential Goods. It's confidential. It's exclusive, bro. So this is what like a finished yarn project would look like. I did this on a thrifted jacket. I thrifted this jacket, cleaned it up, and this is a 1X. And I held the yarn or the thank you for the likes. I held the yarn down with matching floss. So I did that for each color, matched them up real good. Both sides. Really hard to try to get it symmetrical or semi-close without it looking crazy. And then this was the back. Hopefully, I can't tell, but that's what I did for the back side. And then it says Confidential Goods. So this is a 1X. This is on my website. Thank you. This is my business, though. I have a store in Mequon, Wisconsin. The address is 10134 North Port Washington Road, Mequon, Wisconsin, 53092. We're on the lower level, and we're in like an office building. So you can, right now I'm taking appointments. If you want to stop in, you send me a message, and then I can plan to be there. I'm the chauffeur, so I bus my husband and my son to school and work and all that. So I really just plan around their schedules to do teaching and to do art and to be at the shop and stuff like that. So yeah, the brand is Confidential Goods. You can find it on Instagram and Facebook if you want to follow. And like I said, you can see like my past art as a gallery. The website is Confidential Goods too, so you can directly purchase to support. And I ship priority, so you can I ship through USPS for smaller things. I have like a poly mailer because I want to support the United Postal Service. They are not federally funded. So the shipping may be a little bit more. It's like $11 and some change. And then they may do a surge. They usually do a surge around the holidays, just so potential customers are aware. But I do support the United Postal Service. Otherwise, I use UPS for like rugs or if you get something bigger like that. So what I'm working on now, this is like one of the finished results. This is three of three. The first jean jacket I was telling y'all about, I did like a sun and a moon. That one was so cold. And then I did this one with the yarn design, and now we're working on this corset. I'll show you. Seems like we have like a lot of new people in here. This jacket is available on my website. It's a 1X. A lot of new people that have not seen the previous art that I've made. This is my personal jean jacket, so you can kind of see. I work with a lot of different mediums. So I'll do rug making, I tuft, I punch needle, I do embroidery, I do yarn paintings, and this is like kind of a mesh of that. These are just patches that I found. The bear is like, it's got like a texture I like to it. I put the Confidential Goods on there, and I told y'all this story already, but so at my yoga studio, we had a Girl Scout troop reach out. And if you didn't know, I used to be a Girl Scout. Like I was a Brownie and a Girl Scout. So that's why it was full circle. They asked if they could come to our studio to get their meditation badge. And they gave me the meditation badge too. So it was really cool, like full circle moment. This is another just butterfly, whatever. I put I tufted some elbow pads and then I stitched them, hand stitched them in. So it's really squishy. And then the back says unbothered, you know. Anyway, this is all hand stitched. You cannot do the daisy stitch with a machine. It has to be by hand. That's why I really appreciate hand embroidery. So 6-7. That's my joke. Last thing I'll show you, and then we'll get to stitching, because you know we do a lot of farting around. I just be so proud of my art, bro. I have an amazing turnaround. I want to also mention this to people. If you are interested in having like a beanie made, like a winter hat, I make beanies, and we're starting that sale up. I have a 1-day turnaround, so I can do matching hat and scarf sets within a day. So message me if you're interested in that on my Instagram. Instagram just seems better because like Facebook, I feel like it's always like spam. So message me, or if you don't have Instagram, you can send me an email at shopconfidentialgoods@gmail.com. And I can do solid colors or I do stripes. And I have like a 1-day turnaround. This is a yarn painting that I did. This is for a friend. This is a local order. This is entirely made out of yarn. So I have, and I'd be like, I don't want to toot my horn, but I have a insane, like, zoning in, honing in, whatever you want to say it, of attention to detail. I don't play. And with my art, you don't even need a border or like a picture frame. You don't gotta frame it because it goes all the way around. So yeah, and then you get it signed, and I put the hanging hardware with it, so it's ready to go. I help people. So my goal with Confidential Goods is to help people match their aesthetic, what they be wearing, to their home, so everything can feel cohesive. If there's a room that you need help finding similar matching colored stuff, I make soft sculptures. So like I make pillows. Been thinking about making like an ottoman of some sort and hand stitching it. I've been wanting to get a sewing machine. I do really like hand stitching. So like if you wanted to have like a pillow or something made, this pillow's on my website. It says go away, and then it says welcome on the other side. This is all hand stitch, and I also recycle my material. So it's stuffed with the shavings of like the rugs that I've made. It's a lot. Going into tufting, if you're using the cut pile setting, it's cutting as it's tufting so fast, and you're wasting like half of your yarn. So I saved the yarn that it's automatically cutting off, and then that's how I was able to stuff the pillow. So thanks for the comment. This is all art I've made in the past. So rugs, I make jeans. I can bleach jeans. These are like bleached flame jeans. These are hand embroidered jeans. I want it all around the waist and on the ankles, but it got cut off. I don't play. That's the pillow I just showed you. Really, the only thing available is this pillow, and I have one more of this sweater, and then I want to come out with some new styles for y'all. So I really appreciate the people. My friend Deborah brought this. These sold in a consignment shop. I think this was at a market. I still have these jeans. These sold at a consignment shop in Milwaukee. I was at an aerial yoga studio, like they were doing aerial yoga in the curtains and stuff like that, and I made a lot of kids jeans. These jeans I made from 2022. This is how, like, what I mean about the grind, y'all. I made these jeans back in 2022, and I sold like 3 pairs of them. I sold those earlier this year. This hoop I sold in, I think, like 2023. This is all French knots. These are all individual knots. It was 2 types of brown and a purple that I added to make it look like an afro. I still have this pillow. I told you all about this. And then this says confidential on the back. And then the front says secure the goods. So anyway. Hey there, what's good? You can take a screenshot. I'll get out the way. That's where you can find me. I don't know if it's blurry or not. And then just reverse the image. Phone number on there. Website is on there. Confidential goods. All of that good stuff. So thank you. with orders, I want to start putting some of my prints. I want to come out with some new prints too. There's so much art to show you. I've created over 200 pieces of art for my shop. My goal is to fill a shop, and so that's what I'm attempting to do. If you haven't seen my space, I believe it's pinned on that Confidential Goods Instagram page. You can see my office. So yeah. Live simply. These are all hand drawn by me. I love you as you are. I love myself as I am. Keep growing. And I did like the background. Hand drawn. Another live simply. And then I have this. So I have just a few more of these prints left. This one I really liked. I did an art trade one time. I traded this for, I don't remember. I think it was some jewelry or something. But these are all hand drawn by me. I think they're 4x6. One of them, the Live Simply is a little smaller, kind of an awkward design. Some of the stickers I'm going to be discontinuing too. I'll be throwing those in any order if I'm like shipping stuff. My phone, or the iPad almost turned off. I don't know if you saw that, but yay. I'm a fiber artist, and I love just making people happy. If I can make you smile through my art, a chuckle, or like, what? I remember, you know, something like that. I think that's cool. So I had the big brain moment. I already had this pre-cut, and I was like, wait a minute. I was chopped. So I think it's this strand. I'm going to see if these are the same length. Otherwise, it's probably not going to work. And I ran out of the blue, so it really doesn't matter. I can just cut it. So I already made a pink rose with roughly the length I needed. So I'm just seeing, would this be enough? I think that could work. I think that could work. That's where my knot is. And I had just a little bit more pink. That wasn't terribly a lot. It wouldn't be enough to do anything with anyway, so it's not really much I'm losing if I, you know, cut it. So, oh yeah, of course I'm working on the same piece. This one's going to take a minute. I have until the end of October to get this to them. But I'm not going to like fart around. My commissions always become my priority, so that's the one thing I'm trying to get out the way. I've been wanting to do punch needling for over a month now. My hands is itching. Baby, my hands be itching. I want to get back to embroidery. I've had this canvas stretch for over a month. And I don't know if I'm going to get my Halloween rugs done. They were just a passion project. I like to insert a lot of passion projects in between the commissions when I can, so I can still do something I want to do, you know? Debating on the what? Saying what? I be talking a lot. I'm like, okay, which subject? Where did we leave off? Bro, oh my gosh. I'm off the gas. And for real. Because I did not need to tie this. I guess it's threaded. This will be enough though. I was measuring it out, and then like my brain went on autopilot and threaded this. But I need to move on to blue. So let me show you what I'm doing. I don't know. Okay. So for the bots that are just entering, this is like a safe place. It's chill. And I believe it exhibits small male peni to ask questions like that. It's pretty obvious what I am. And I don't need to talk about that on this channel either. But I said this earlier, we're going to keep it polite. Oh, why is she calling me out? Why did you come in here on some BS? I'm not the type of person where you can just say something. Because, like, now, this is what I said. We have to stop the whole live. And now we have to address the bad kid in the class. Now everybody's waiting. You know what I mean? Don't be that person. So we're going to be making a rose. I was trying to show you. And then we got interrupted by, you know, Megatron. Anyway. So I'm going off to the right. It's your left. Off to the right. And I'm going... The dots represent the roses I'm going to be doing. So we're going to do one to the right side. No, we're going to put you in a timeout. And when I do timeouts, it's for the whole day. So you can watch the live. Otherwise, you can kick rocks because we're not going to talk like that. We were just talking about art. When did we bring up, like, gender and stuff like that? I steer clear of those subjects because they are touchy. And it is offensive. Like, be respectful. That's it. And that's what I said. I'm like, one person was, like, trying to get mad at me for bragging. I'm like, it's an inner reflection of what you ain't got going on. And I'm going to just leave it at that. Oh, we have another bot in here, bro. Well, I know. I'm like, my mods aren't in here. I have like 3 mods for this channel. And then we just put you in a timeout for 24 hours. I don't got time for that. Okay. All right, I gotta measure this out. We have 1, 3, 7. I believe 7 wagon wheels we have to make, and this is a little scary. I don't necessarily want them touching. They don't have to be touching, but I gotta make sure they're spaced the right amount. Wagon wheels are really cool. I'll show you once I get the foundation laid of how cool a wagon stitch can look. I think I might have to go slightly into the neckline. Can I lift this? Ooh, I don't know. Do I have... This is my sharp needle. All right. Hang tight. Here we go. I'm going in. Looking as... Okay, I did poke through. Cool. So when you do a wagon wheel stitch, you need to... you start with a star. It's really cute. You could stop and it could look like a turtle. What do you mean, Ashley? Hold on. I'm trying to get this shit. This shit is crazy. I need an overhead thing to show y'all. Yeah, they are just hating. Thank you, Roderick. Nothing else. For real. I just be like, crafting is like something that can help people like just chill and relax, bro. Why you trying to add more stress, bro? Well, this shit gonna be too high, low key. This almost looks too high. If I do my circles, well, doesn't it curve? I can't help the curve. I'm looking at this from here. This does kind of curve. This middle, see, I try to put all the roses are all going to be in the, thank you. They're all going to be in between the corset. This is like a solid piece, right? I don't want to stitch over that. I do have some really sharp needles, but I don't know. I don't want them lopsided either. So this is my first stitch. This determines a lot of I think I need to lower it. And that's okay, because this is the first stitch and you haven't done much, where I just got to zoom out. I don't have my overhead tripod. It's at my office. But see, I didn't get that far. I'm going to move my stitch slightly lower. See this? I cut the knot off and I just pulled it out. So for the Day of the Dead, my friend is having me make a corset, or like decorate a corset. If you're interested, you can drop off clothing. I do a lot of, I bleach clothes, I paint on clothes, I sew with clothes. We're gonna run that back. Trying to lay this flat. Hardest material I've ever worked with. But I need to feel this with my needle. Because I need to keep a little space here. If y'all can see that. I need to keep a little needle space here. And if I feel like this is the same spot, it'll still look. I don't want to run into there's like a neckline that I want to stop just before. So, because I still need a space here, probably right here. Right? Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Also with custom stuff, I have to stress this. I cannot get mad at myself for not making things symmetrical. I'm human. So if you also are an artist, I didn't make it look like that. Bro, I would not have art. I would be so upset. I wouldn't have anything produced if I was so upset about things matching super, super up. My first challenge I did was like in 2023, 22, I think it was 23. And I was making my fall socks, bro. I'm debating on bringing those back. They just take a lot to do. Bro, I made like 3 pairs of socks in 3 days, or I don't even remember. That's 6 because you have 2 feet, right? What's good? I was reading the chat. So I made 3 pairs of socks in like 3 days. That's 6 pairs of socks. So it was 2 socks a day. And I was doing like little rainbows on it. And yeah, the rainbows aren't going to match up because I'm human. I'm not a machine repeating the same design, you know? So don't be hard on yourself. I'm going to come here. You don't want your star to be too small. That's not good if it's too small. So this is about the diameter of how my rose is going to be. This is how big my rose is going to be. These 2 lines, we're laying down the, thank you. That's about as big as it's going to be. And I have to be careful not to tug it too much. This is a very delicate material. So, for those curious, this is how you make a wagon wheel stitch. Everything kind of turns into a tutorial. I try to get all my stitches as close as I can to the center of the last point. What does that mean? Just hang on. Yeah, we'll do that. I call it my Patrick Star. I'm making a Patrick Star. Don't tug it too much. That was kind of a long line, but it should even out. See, this is how big the thing is going to be. Freeway. What's good? Taking a coffee break. If you are local, I'm going to be at the Wendland Preserve. It's like, what do you say? Where you can like get mulch. It's on a farm. I'm going to have a market at a farm this Saturday. And it's an early one. I have to double check the times. I'm going to be in Germantown, Wisconsin. I think it's like 9 to 2. Yeah. Okay. So I keep coming from the center. If you have not seen that, I'll show you when I'm all the way done, because these can go really quick. But since I'm live, I said might as well turn it into a tutorial. So, you know, never know if somebody could use this. I'm really trying to get it to the center as much as I can. Not too much stress on that hole. See, it's already trying to tug. Relax the stitch. And and like right there. So this is our Patrick star we made. That's the start. That is the foundation of a wagon wheel. So each stitch came up and out, up and out, from center and out, from center and out, from center and out. You could stop and make a little star stitch, so that could be there. But I think it's cool. I would consider this like really minimal stump work. It's not, I don't think it's considered stump work at all, but stump work is 3D embroidery, and that, I call that witchcraft. When people can do stuff like that and give their stitch like a 3D effect, or they put stuff in the material to raise it, and it's really cool. But I'm going to say this is like really minimal, like just to give you kind of an idea how advanced they actually can get with their stitch work. So you start, let's turn that on. You start from, and I'm gonna make sure I'm on a slide so I don't accidentally touch nothing. You're gonna start from the center and you just gonna stay up. What's she talking about? Hang on. I came right through here, right between these two stitches, right at the angle. And you're just gonna stay up. I'm not gonna be going, I ain't going back and forth, right? I'm not going back and forth, so, or in and out. I came up, I'm gonna go over the leg of Patrick, and then I'm gonna go under this one, the arm of Patrick. Maybe we should zoom in so that makes sense. We came up, the stitch is gonna fold over and then come under. And we're just gonna try to stay up. It's easy, but we have this mesh we're working with little tiny holes, and you could accidentally get stuck. So see, up, over, up, or up, under, up, this one, under his leg, his other leg. See, little holes. Little holes will get in the way. Under, up, under, and it'll slowly start to alternate, and you'll start to see those rose petals. I keep flattening it with my hand because you don't want it too chunky. Let me turn this. Up, under, up, under the arm, up, under. Do you see the turtle? That's where you could stop if you wanted to make a turtle. You could make a really easy design of a turtle. I'm sorry, it was not on camera. This could look like a turtle. You know, you could do the star, and then you could literally just take a different color, which I've been thinking about doing some turtle earrings if anyone's interested. You can check out the shop. The shop, there should be links some earrings, and then you can kind of see my work. Or I do have a long video. It's called "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" or something ugly, and I was making earrings like the night before Christmas. In the winter time is when I do a lot of prep, so I'm ready to bust out for spring and summer markets. I got all my inventory kind of stacked up, you know. And it's also when I slow down with rugs. So if you're interested in a rug, get your rug orders in. Because I have to go outside, I use chemical ick. I use a lot of chemicals, okay? And it's not good to breathe those indoors. So summertime, springtime, early fall is a good time to get a rug order in. I think one line, as long as there's no snow out there, because I don't want to get I have a wooden board I use. I don't want to get that wet, you know? She's my pride and joy. She was expensive. My tufting board, man. Are we seeing the rose? Wow! You make rugs too? That's awesome. I use a tufting gun and I do punch needle. Up over, up over. Now we're just trying to hide his feet, his little limbs sticking out. We're gonna try to, this is snagging a little bit. Or not snagging, but the thread is a little loose. Under, over. Now it's getting short, but it was enough if you couldn't tell. It's really hard to kind of eyeball and guess. I think this will be enough. You know, it's the worst thing to ever happen. I think it'll only happen once, and then that's when I made the correction. So learn from me. I really try to share things so that y'all don't got to go through it. Make your string, like when you're doing a wagon wheel, I just do it extra long. XL, exhaust. Under, up. I can't even see them no more. I knew these were kind of long. Under, over. Where's your leg at, bro? Where is your leg? There we go. Because we need to, this will be the stitch to seal the deal. And then the top little stitch should not be visible after this. Okay, that looks better. And then up over this one, see? And for the over, I'm going to, I'm going to go out, cover that one, and then I'm going to go here. Probably not a conventional way, but I just stab it through. It's like an extra leg. That was loose for some reason. But I just did another, oopsie, it's really close. I did another rose. How do you tie it? This is like the way I like to tie it. Finger, wrap it around, through, pull the knot all the way to the root or all the way to the bottom. Point your finger, touches the knot, pull the loop. That's one knot. Come around again, same thing. Finger, whatever finger, steps on the knot. Pull it through. Pull! Pull the lever, Grunk! What the hell? Pull, girl. Pull it through. I'm like, make sure it's not doing nothing on this side. Okay, I just double knotted in. And let it breathe. Next color. And I'll cut it right there. All right, the next color we need. I'm gonna do it side to side. That's a McConan reference. Just got me leaning side to side. So I started with the middle one, which was the pink, and then we went off to the light blue. The other side is going to be the darker blue. So we're gonna take our yarn. You talk trash. I wasn't even trying to talk no trash. There's so many, like, I don't know if I'm autistic, and I'm not trying to say that like, oh, like for real. But I have stems. Like when you said I talk my trash my projects, it just clicked. The upgrade you the Upgrade song by Beyonce. Let me upgrade. Because at the beginning of the song, this is how my brain is wired. Beginning of the song, Jay-Z is like, talk your shit, you know. So it's like, when I said that in Jay-Z's voice in my head. So, okay, this is the blue I said. We went to Michael's and we cashed out. I got my yarn to match. Okay, thanks. I got my yarn to match my flows to match my yarn. I think this was a pretty solid match. This was the original color, bro. We'll do one more knot. This was like the first two colors actually I was going with. So I was trying to match. I already had this yarn. I was trying to match the floss. So my first of things I had on hand, it is a crafted channel. This was the first color I thought. I'm like, okay, this is actually like a little too light. And I don't even know if they're going to have this color. My friend gave me like a huge like chest of embroidery supplies. So I'm not flipping you off. She had these are like stackable. So they're like little discs and you can stack your yarn. I don't even know how you get it inside of there. But I'm like, I don't even know if they'll have this color. I think it's 801 or 807. I can't tell. Thanks. I'm married. Or this is the one I went in with first from Walmart. I got the darker color from Walmart. I'm like, oh, that's not going to match. Curious about what? These things, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what these are called. But I have a huge chest with them. And it's like 9 times out of 10, I do be having color. Like, it's so much like yarn that you can like fit. Let me move this one over. But we're going to be using that. Like, I don't know if I'm going to have like a lighter green or something. I go check the big chest and I'd be having like a lighter green or something like that. So, we're going to try to stretch the string. We're going to be making another rose thread. We're threading it for another rose. So I have my cheat sheet. That's what I mean. You got to be mindful with how many stitches you need to use. So I don't forget, because I'm using 3 different thicknesses of yarn or floss. So I'm going to need 4 strands. I'm going to pull my yarn. I'm just pulling it out of this. I already made it into a knot, so that kind of doesn't help. I think I did it as long as my arm. I have blank ones of these, and I think I might get one and like wrap it around. So I have this new color. These are like the standard ones. If they already have it printed on there, the number printed on there, then it's probably a standard one. But when I get them and I have to go to the store and I get them in this little package, right? I think it's easier for me to unravel from this than to unravel from this, obviously, as you can see. I'm roughly trying to get the length to match. Okay, we'll do that. This is how I measured. Not too bad. You can see the 3 colors lined up, pink and the 2 blues. I'm gonna cut right there. I usually try to finish, because see, this is ugly. I want to have it wrapped a little cleaner. I usually try to finish my lives up by 9:30, because now I'm on a different schedule, y'all. What can be so annoying? Yeah, just the storing. I always got to think of like a smarter way to store your supplies. So, like I said, this is 6 strands. This is 12. If I were to tie it, that's too thick. So I'm going to take my floss, and then I'm going to, that's again, I forgot, I bumped, like, bro, I fucking busted my knuckle on the wall. I was like trying to walk through the door like this and be funny, and then like, yeah, that's what happens. When I try to be funny, I'm just letting it like kind of heal. So trigger warning, or I don't know, squeamish people, beware. Disclaimer, I don't care. Did y'all know that they make the parents screen their driver's licenses for field trips? My son is going on his first field trip. And I'm like, I want to be a chaperone because I'm a stay-at-home mom, if y'all didn't know. And I teach yoga. I do all of these things, but it's like outside of the main work and school schedule, you know? Like, it's random. I'm teaching like a chair yoga class today at noon, etc. Anyway, but yeah, I need to go to the school and have my driver's license screened so I can go on the field trip. They didn't know that. They do. Like, I guess that's new. They didn't do that when I was little. Okay, we're gonna save these piles. So now I have my 4 strands. This is actually 8. They speeding hood tanks. I live on like a semi-main street, so it's just, we get everybody. We have like a chill neighborhood, but then like the people who be coming from the city, they be playing loud music. I love playing loud music, but I try to wait until I get off of my street to play loud music. And you'll hear, oh, the motorcycle people. Like, I'm lucky, like the bedroom is kind of in the middle, so then it don't wake up my son. But like sometimes you get somebody on a motorcycle, and my brain went to this stem. Nothing that built in front of me shall prosper. I don't know if you know that sound clip, but I think it was was it a Young Thug song? And no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Yeah. Like, somebody will be driving through. So coincidentally and funny enough, if you want to become a member and support my channel, supporting my channel supports my business and my family, you can join the Hood Tank tiers. And so that's the inside joke of that. There's Hood Tank levels. We have Hood Tank Ultimate, Hood Tank Supreme, Hood Tank Blackout, and I think just a regular Hood Tank. But if you know what I'm talking about, I hope that's why I said there's like so much lore on this channel. What's good, Umar? And I also have the sound machine going. I don't play that. We gonna be loud. Nope. I think now the whole house, everybody, since it's been going on for like 4 years, everybody's used to the sound machine. The house sound weird if you wouldn't have it. I've gone through 3 sound machines because I got some rough boys. Husband, son. Okay, now we need to match up our last stitch of the day, y'all. Now we're gonna put a rose on the we're gonna put a rose on the other side. We're gonna do a dark blue one, you know. Let's go. Take it real slow. If anybody, so I'm always trying to share resources. If anybody is a yoga teacher or likes to listen to chill music, all of my yoga playlists are live, public on Spotify. If you use Spotify, when I was first starting out as a yoga teacher, where I used to bring my laptop. That's how old I am. I used to bring my laptop because it had iTunes on it. I didn't want to clog up my phone. I always got the phone with the smallest storage. And of course, everything I do was good, Haley. Everything I do I am a digital creator, whether I get paid from this or not. I don't get paid for doing like live streams or any of that. It's just, I appreciate it, at least it's promotion. But like, I've gotten orders or I've had people reach out on every platform. So I'm like, at least that can pay off, man. Because what the hell? How this algorithm be? I forgot what I was saying. I need to focus on this. Oh, the playlist. You can go to Spotify and go to Ashlee Tuck. That seems a little long. What is this? My neighbors be getting delivered a lot of stuff too. I'll be like, what did you order now? Food truck will stop by, Amazon truck will stop by. What? I think I live by a lot of retired people. Yeah, that was a little short, but we will make do. Come from the center. I gotta focus. I'm just doing my little Patrick star. Remember, that's how you start your rows, and then it's all a surface stitch you're doing. Damn, that was really long. That one's gonna disappear. Voila, magic. I took it back. I got 3 more legs I gotta stitch, y'all. Give me a moment. I will check the comments if there's any. If you're local, the open house at my office is October 18th, and I'm gonna have a discount on my art, my clothes, the rugs, and all of that stuff. And there's gonna be a discount on the services I offer, like meditation, sound healing, private yoga teacher, stuff like that. There's gonna be a discount for one-on-one appointments. Oh, and a book signing for my book. Trying to have all the offerings and light refreshments. Hell no. What is going on with this? I don't know if I can keep this flower. She looking a little lopsided. I ain't gonna fucking cap. She might be a little lopsided, bro. I ain't capping. This is how it came out. She look lopsided. She looking crazy. But we gonna see what we can do. It's already 9:23. Yeah. This is gonna be my last stitch, and if I do it well, I do it well. If I don't, I'm gonna just call it frog it. Here. Sorry. And I'll do a try again next time. Next time when I'm gone. I just hope that you miss me. All right, over, under, over, see what I mean about these holes? Under, over, under, over, under. Over, under. There goes the little turtle. Right there. Over and I gotta start thinking about lunch. I think I'll make like a little pasta. Cause I gotta make it quick. Quick as a bunny, quick as a bunny. I gotta teach at noon. I'll have to have an early lunch at like 11 something. Immediately start boiling. Over, under, over, under. Unlike me. That song is in my head. Unlike. And if you're on TikTok, you know what I'm talking about. Little feet already trying to disappear. What's good? What's good, fuck? That creator that be doing that character be so funny. What's good, fuck? Come on. The sun is creeping through. What's good, everybody? It's gonna be so cute. Thank you. I'm trying. A bird. A plane. What is that bird? I've never heard that call before. Did y'all hear the bird? He sounds so little. Okay. Trying to get these little stumps covered up. Baby, come on. Come on, don't hide. Covered. Should be covered. Come on, bro. No! Y'all making me angry. Over and under. She's gonna be so freaking big, bro. This rose. And the fabric is just so delicate. The fabric of our lives. I'm about to say effort. That one's covered. That one's covered. Yep, I'm gonna just say cool. We cool, we cool, we cool. I said, All right. We done. We done. We done. We done. I'm finna whip this hoe. And that's how you make a knot. I'm also going to reinforce this by putting fabric glue on the knots. Homie, don't play that. All right, we got 3 of them done. We did 2 of them in this live. I finished the flower yesterday. I want this on like 80. Come on. There we go. 3. that gonna be enough? I might go over the line. 5. And then these might be slightly out. I don't know. We're gonna have to see, y'all, because I got actually pink. Yeah, the pink one was the center. I have the next colors are light blue and mustard. Right before the last outer ones. You like those? Thank you. This is going to sleep on me. I gotta be mindful. There's like these, can't even do it. There's 2 lines right here, and then there's these pinky and thumb, 2 lines right here. So I'm not trying to put any stitches over it. I'm just kind of letting that breathe, if you know what I mean, because this is going to be probably an anchor or something to keep the shape or whatever tight, and I don't want to poke holes into it. So I've been trying to avoid those lines, and I'm trying to keep the designs within the lines. So thank you for being here. Make sure you like and subscribe. Catch me on the other platforms. Ashlee Tuck on most of them, and then Confidential Goods for craft stuff. And if you're interested in yoga, it's Ashlee CrazyYoga. Websites for both of those if you want to support, take a service, or purchase something, all that good stuff. If you're in Germantown on Saturday, come see me. I'm going to be at the Winland Reserves? Winland landscaping area, whatever. And I do offer free services. So I'm going to be at the Veteran Sanctuary on Sunday, and it's a drop-in donation-based class if you want to take a yoga class. It's on the south side of Milwaukee. I got a busy day. I got to see what else I got going on before I go pick up my son and go teach and make lunch and all that. Have an awesome day, and I will see you later.